The hurricane is here. The hurricane is here. Everybody look out. Lo and behold, in panic. Hopefully, this particular hurricane coming our way, most likely to make landfall, if at all, on the west coast near the Tampa area and Hillsborough and the surrounding counties. Hopefully, everybody is safe. Hopefully, there are no issues with any property damage and no flooding at all. Having said that, this lends itself to another topic for the Best Florida Family Law podcast, and that is this. Sometimes we encounter a situation where we're going to have a weather delay, a teacher work day, a special Monday holiday, a random weather related closure at school, and other issues related to childcare. Another example might be if you have really young kids, daycares often have teacher work days, or they have holidays off, or 3-day weekends to give their staff members a rest. Being a daycare teacher is one of the hardest jobs in the entire world. You might not know that unless you actually have kids in daycare, and then you understand the burden of caring for 5, 10, 15 children and all of their unique behavioral issues and all of their unique needs, their food, their diapers, their potty trainings, their education, and all sorts of things that go along with that. But I'm not here to advocate for that. What I'm here is to point out and spotlight a little bit about what happens when there is a weather delay or other related issue. So let's take scenario number one. Scenario number one is two parents have a minor child and a parenting plan. And the parenting plan says that you can have time sharing dad today and tomorrow. Let's say Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So for the next 3 overnights, you have time sharing with your minor child. However, you have to work today, tomorrow, and Friday, regardless of whether or not there is some sort of school closure, because it is unlikely, and I live in the Orlando area, it is unlikely that the storm is going to reach us or cause any significant impact. Hopefully not to anybody again. Hopefully the entire thing fizzles out and doesn't make landfall anywhere. But if it does, the schools have preemptively closed in Lake County and I believe Orange County as well. And the surrounding counties have preemptively closed school for tomorrow, Thursday. And that may put you in the position of having to go to work, but yet your minor child is home with you. So what choice do you have? Do you want to get fired and simply not show up to work? Do you want to ask to work from home, but your 4-year-old or your 11-year-old, however old they may be, is going to be making noise in the background and naturally disruptive through no fault of their own? Kids are kids. They require attention and love and affection. And they want all of our attention and all of our love and all of our affection at all times. And unless they are 16 and older and sort of self sufficient and have their own plans, we are going to have to supervise them. So suppose that you have to make this decision, but you choose to work. Well, then perhaps your parenting plan specifies that you are allowed to select a childcare provider. Well, okay, great. You can select somebody to help with your child while you have to go to work for the day because school is closed or daycare is closed. Who is it going to be? What if you have parents that live here? Well, then fantastic. Your parents can do it as long as they are willing and able and good grandparents and want to be with your kid. Fantastic. A great solution. The other side might not love that solution, but it is a solution. So there we go. Problem solved. What happens if you do not have any family in the area and you do not want to call the other parent? What choice do you have? You're going to work. You can't leave your little kid home alone. What then do you do? Perhaps you call a babysitter from daycare, or you might have to call your ex's parents, or maybe invite over a friend or find some other temporary daycare. This is not an easy situation. This is a difficult decision to make and one that has all kinds of potential complications. But these are very real situations. These are real life scenarios. Let's take another example. There's something in Florida family law that we will discuss for an entire episode at a future time, I promise, called a right of first refusal, also phrased as first right of refusal. And that one says, in essence, if you are going to be away or unable to care for your child for 4 hours, 6 hours, overnight, however much time is provided for in the parenting plan, then you must offer the other parent the opportunity to care for your child before you are allowed to go find your own temporary childcare providers. That may help resolve the situation, unless your ex is working and you are working and neither of you have any family members. But if you do have a right of first refusal and you're going to be away for 8 hours for work, the likelihood is you're going to have to call your ex, and then they are going to need to say, yes, I will take care of our son or daughter for the time being, and then you can do a pickup later this afternoon, or no, I can't, you figure it out. But parents that are separated have natural complications with childcare. Not all of us have extended or immediate family at our behest to take care of our kids anytime that we have a complication with childcare, or anytime there's a closure at school, a school holiday, a daycare closure, a teacher workday, a weather-related event. Most of us are in a precarious predicament, and we don't want to risk our jobs. We do not want to risk our livelihoods because daycare suddenly closed, or there may be a storm 100 miles away that hasn't come anywhere near us yet. But these are the choices that we have to make as parents. That is another reason why it is best to be a good co-parent, even if the other co-parent is not always reasonable, not always forthcoming, hides the ball, whatever issues you may be having with them. That should not ever prevent you from being a great parent, a great co-parent, communicative, honest, and open. During the times when you really need the help of the other party or even their family members, if you've been a real jerk and you have been delinquent or deficient or in some way hostile, do you really expect them to pick up the slack and help you? The answer is there is no perfect answer in family law or in life. Family law is life. This is how it goes. When two people are no longer together, you're divorced or separated, this is how it goes. But how do we manufacture a situation where the only person that does not suffer is the child? The only person that is not caught in the crossfire of your bickering and problems is your kid. How do we create a situation where when life happens, there's a hurricane coming or tornado warning, we have to work, perhaps our work hours have been extended to overtime, and we have childcare difficulties, daycare suddenly closes, we must have a backup plan. And if we do not have a backup plan, then we should be prepared to stop, drop, and roll and do whatever is necessary to help take care of our kids. This has been another episode of the Best Florida Family Law Podcast. Nothing here is legal advice. This is strictly for informational purposes and for entertainment for you, the listeners. We thank you so much for joining us. Stay safe out there. We hope that there will be no damage, no loss of life, no flooding, and that everybody will be in the very best of shape as this storm hopefully fizzles out and rolls on through without any damage or any hiccups. Thanks so much for joining us, everyone.